All right, my Cancers, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what May has waiting for you. Okay. All right, so for my Cancers, I am seeing for you guys that in the month of May, I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of you guys, I'm sensing, are going to be doing a lot of work on your self-love, your self-worth. I feel like for a lot of you, with the Queen of Cups, I'm sensing that you guys are really going to be putting trying to get that in the focus for you guys, that you guys are really going to be focusing on yourself. And I feel like maybe for a lot of you that had been very secondary, like you've kind of put that off on the back burner of really taking care of yourself, and maybe so caught up with the people around you and different other things going on around you. There's definitely a sense of like definitely money, but definitely with your relationships. You know, there's been so much that's going on that perhaps before, I feel like maybe you didn't know how to handle it very well, or because of not taking care of yourself very well, a lot of what was going on around you was just draining you. And I see that in the month of May, that you're really going to be putting that on the forefront. You're going to be taking care of yourself. And I sense very much so emotionally, you guys are going to be taking the time you need to alone, time to get away if you need to, focus on yourself and boundaries. I sense that in May, you guys are really going to be very strong, much more stronger in your boundaries and what you're able to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate. And with the 8 and 10 of Pentacles, I also see that promising opportunities, promising new ventures are coming. You know, with the Pentacles, I'm definitely feeling money, definitely finances and career, but I just feel like just an overall, and I think it's almost like a domino effect of taking care of yourself and putting the worth and love within yourself and knowing your worth and knowing what you're okay with and not okay with, whether it's, you know, in your professional life or personal life, your family, your relationships, whatever it may be, that it's, you know, it's very serendipitous, or it's very synced in the sense that the more you take care of yourself, you're going to be opening and seeing more of these opportunities, because you're going to be raising your vibration from doing that. And I see in May, there's going to be so many different opportunities, and I'm seeing a lot of promise from these opportunities, but it's going to be, but it's going to come into your life if you do this work, if you put that time into really taking care of yourself. And not that you don't put time into anything else, and obviously depending on your trade or whatever it may be, obviously that's going to need time to put into as well, but also taking care of yourself and knowing your worth and knowing that you are just enough. Let's get a little more clarification, see what we can get here. Feel loved and comfort. There you go, just confirmation right there. You know, yeah, definitely, you know, that self-love, like loving yourself, and unleash the wild within. Okay, so I do feel perhaps a lot of you Cancers were feeling very disconnected. When I see unleash the wild within, that I feel for a lot of you, especially, I think a lot of women will probably understand this. Men, I feel, will definitely get this as well. But when I look at that, it makes me think of right away that almost like domestication that so many of us are kind of told how we can be and can't be. And I think a lot of that outside of like understanding, like, yeah, obviously there's like certain norms where you really shouldn't like slap people in the face or anything like that. But it's that, that wild, untamed, that divine energy in you has been, part of that self-love. I think what's going to happen is you're going to find that this unleash within you, this, really living life fully and being your true authentic self, despite what anyone else thinks. And you're really going to come into that, and you're really going to embrace how you look, your body, your sexuality, your style, your, what your interests, whatever they may be. Because maybe some of you felt like they were weird, or maybe they were not normal, or I'm just a weirdo, I'm not normal, people don't understand me, but these are things I really enjoy with myself, these are things I really like. And I see in the month of May, with this self-care and realizing how powerful you really are, I think a lot of you, you're just going to kind of throw those like conditions and those lies to the side, where you're like, nope, I'm going to do me however me is. And if you don't like it, here's the door, essentially, is what I'm seeing for you guys. This is fun. Sounds like you guys are going to have a great May. Let's see. Anything in regards of actions, suggestions. Grace, yeah. Going to be filled with grace, my friends. You're going to be walking with the divine and connected, and by that, living this authentic self. And here, beauty of age. Yeah, maybe actually, maybe for some of you in the past, your age, maybe some of you were judged by your age. Like maybe you dealt with a lot of ageism, like you're too old for this, or you're too young for that, or whatever it may have been. Outside, of course, some obvious things, but I think maybe for some of you, ageism was a part of like what you felt like was kind of keeping you down. And I think for a lot of you, I think it's actually the opposite, where it's like, well, no, like I've actually matured over time. I've actually gotten better over time. Or, I may be young, but I'm much wiser beyond my years if you just give me the opportunity. So I think for some of you, perhaps that played a huge role. And, I think you guys, you're tired of it. And in May, you're really just going to be like, I'm tired of the restrictions, and I know my potential, I know my worth, and I am going to do it. And I'm going to do my path. Let's see, anything from the Divine Masculine. Protection. Okay. Might want a little more clarification from that. So let me grab messages from our Divine Feminine. Creative spark. Okay, so I think what I'm seeing here is with this protection, yeah, it's that I think what I'm sensing is this idea of, what we were kind of talking about earlier with the Queen of Cups of, you weren't taking care of yourself, and because of that being so open, you were kind of draining yourself. And I think so what I'm sensing is part of that self-healing and that self-love and that work and really coming into your own is also knowing to protect your energy. And I think this is kind of a word of advice and caution, like, hey, like once you finally come into yourself, don't forget to make sure that, to protect your energy, whether it's just kind of overall cleanliness, cleansing your energy, whether it's smudging or taking that time and that self-love in order to rejuvenate and to reinvigorate so you don't feel dragged down and you don't feel stale in your energy. So to always make sure you're keeping it fresh, sort of say. But also, because you're going to be living at such a high vibrational frequency, to be aware of the people who may be so drawn to that energy, and to still have healthy caution, and to make sure to also not let anyone take, we control who we give out our energy to. And so it's also a reminder that while we're embracing ourselves, that in May, that to remember there might be people around you who may not have the best intentions, and protect your energy, and to not give them anything that they don't deserve or they haven't earned. Don't give yourself freely in that sense. And with the creative spark, I have a sense that maybe a lot of you are very creative people. And I think I'm getting a couple different things. So I'm seeing that in the month of May, because of really coming into yourself, you're going to see a burst of creativity, a burst of creative energy, and to really use that energy in May to really unleash, what you have to offer. But I'm also seeing this as kind of coming with this is also in collaboration. So there might be some people who may come into your life who may want to collaborate with you. And I think that might be the word of caution, is to, not that you can't take opportunities or work with certain people, but to always be cautious of the kind of energy and the kind of what they are bringing into the room, and to not let that affect you negatively, especially if it's like a situation where you don't have as much of a say. In some work situations, you can't always choose some of the people who maybe you get put in groups with, even in school. So it's just a word of caution. Let's see if there's anything else here. Any other blockages or things that we need to address for May? Forgiveness. Forgiveness and balance. So yeah, right away I'm seeing, with that self-care, part of that self-care is going to be balance. I feel like for some of you Cancers, maybe for a lot of you, you were very extremes. Like you kind of went either very far one way, very far the other way. And that's perhaps, the need for that self-care and to take care of yourself, and being able to hermit if you need to, in order to kind of like build back up your energy. Because I think part of that was healing and breaking down some unhealthy habits of not having quite a balanced way of approaching things, or the way you, or just like certain aspects in your life in regards of like maybe you were too much focused on work and not enough like maybe in the people in your life, like your relationships or your friends or family or loved ones, or even the other way around where you were so caught up in like your friends and partying and going out, or family situations that you were letting that kind of hold you back in regards of certain opportunities. And I think part of that overall healing is forgiveness. Part of that healing and that transformation and that self-love and that self-work that I'm sensing for you guys is to remember to forgive yourself of the past, and to not beat yourself up like, I can't believe I just let myself get taken advantage of like that all the time, or I thought I would say like this time I was going to say no, and then I fell back into it and I felt bad. And I think to not kick yourself in the butt, and to recognize that you are going to be making these changes. You're going to make this transformation in May. And to move forward, and to not hold yourself back or beat yourself up. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, see, there you go. Burnt out. Your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. So check in with your doctor, dentist, and health professional to try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. That right then and there goes with that balance. I think a lot of you were feeling burnt out. And that's when you realize, okay, I need to like put everything on hold, put everything on pause. I need, you know, and perhaps this is something you guys are already doing, or you're going to find this moment where you really are going to like step away and separate yourself in May. I'm burnt out. I'm not, you know, I need a break. You know, everything's completely imbalanced. I need to check out for a minute. And when you come back, building up to this transformation that we're going to see in May. But I think that's it for you guys. I really hope you like this reading. I really hope something resonated with you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and to like this video. Also leave a comment if you want to. Maybe some other videos you guys would like to see. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.